What I was really interested in is when I saw that the title of your book, Digital Body Language, is specific. It's very particular. It could have been like digital conversations or digital communication, but it's not. It's digital body language. And so I'd love to dig into all three, digital, body, and language with you. But I think it's really interesting to start out with the body part, because I know for myself, when I was writing about leadership in my recent book, I had a whole section on somatic leadership. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think it was a big deal to talk about the body, the emotions, the energy. But a lot of people came back to me and they were like, what is that? What does the body part have to do with leadership? And so the fact that you included it, not only in your book and in your research, but in your title, to me says a lot about how important the body is, the physical. So can you talk a little bit about how you came to that and what it really means to you?
Jeff, I grew up as a very shy, introverted kid. I struggled to find my voice. I didn't really have a connection to understanding the importance of my body as a kid. Everything was about being studious. And I think a lot of the times I was in my Indian culture, my parents were Indian immigrants, a lot of the culture was very focused on, mind intelligence, but not as much of body intelligence. I do remember, when I was in school, because my parents spoke Hindi at home, I had accented English when I got to school, and I really struggled to find my voice, and I got teased. But one of the things that I started to do because I was so shy was I started to really understand American culture by observing other people's body language. What allowed the popular girls to be popular? Their heads were high, their shoulders were back, and how they walked in school. What allowed the cool kids to be cool during school assemblies? They were slouching and engaging with their body in a certain way. And I really learned that it's not just what we say, it's how we say it. I then remember as a kid watching Bollywood Indian movies and not necessarily knowing exactly what the actors and actresses were saying, but I could read their body language and know the entire storyline. And so in many ways, my fascination for body language, I think, came from the fact that I was shy and introverted. And then at the same time, one of the things that I developed a passion for as a kid was Bollywood dance, maybe from all of those Bollywood movies. Oh. Something that I loved. And it was something that was a source of expression, given, sports and a lot of movement activities were not a big part of my upbringing as an immigrant. And in many ways, fast forward 30 years, I became an expert at communication, and body language and movement is such an important part of my life. I continue to dance. Sometimes I engage my clients to dance. So we'll all have to, read more about your intelligence around somatic leadership, because I'm such a fan of the importance of somatics. But about 5 years ago, I kept hearing clients ask me the same questions. They would say, why is there so much misunderstanding at work? How do we better connect with different ages and working styles? And I realized, similar to me being an immigrant to traditional body language as a kid, today, we are all immigrants to the body of our language in a digital world. And that's what really sparked me to write this book, that we all know that there's what's being said, but then there's what's really being said. And so much of that came from body language cues. And I set out to create the new rule book for how we can still read those in a digital world.